今天给我奥斯汀的同学一个突然袭击，OK，我要给他准备 system SAT 单词 PSAT 一个重要的内容就是学习单词，OK，所以说今天我会给同学讲 As a Pound 和他的伟大的中国诗歌的翻译 Cathy，但是在这个之前，看这是我跟其他的同学学的 As a Pound。关于中国的诗歌，世界史上是非常重要的。但是在一切的之前，我们要做 ICT 的单词，ICT Level Reading Passage 给同学考试。OK，这是我们今天准备的，希望同学在这个 ICT 考试里得满分。OK，数学对你来说都是已经太简单了，太简单了，就是 peanuts。然后呢，这是 ICT, PSAT study plan. I'm going to send exactly the same thing to you. But now I gave you a test. Now, give you a hard one. Here we have 20 times 18, 360. Let me give you a number 10. 10, 11, 12. You do as fast as you can. Let's see how much you can do. You just 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on going. Read the first sentence. Read the first vocabulary, vocab, and then go.
Oscillatory, leading the piece passive.
As fast as you can. Go.
Debonair, gentle, courteous, charming.
Correct. It's French word. Beautiful.
Tennessee,
Tenacity.
persistent.
Correct again.
Temperate, marked by moderation.
Marked by moderation.
Altruistic, happy feeling.
Happy feelings wrong.
Wait, generous.
Generous, because altruistic person always trying to help other people.
Acumen, keenness of insight.
Loud and clear. Keenness of insight.
Apathy, lack of emotion or feeling. Avaricious, greedy. I mean, yeah.
Correct.
Cursory, hurried, hasty.
Harry, his
Valid, logically convincing sound.
logical convincing sound.
But benevolent, genuinely good, beneficial.
Generally good, beneficial.
Culpable, guilty.
Wonderful.
Cacophony, harsh or discordant sounds or word.
Shouldn't you get your sister here? She need to get the PSAT full score, so she will get a scholarship. Okay, go. Disparity.
Disparity, inequality, difference.
What did you say?
Oh,
loud and clear. Inequality, difference. You are right. Say it loud and clear. Go.
Temptus, lacking seriousness.
Wrong.
Okay.
Lacking seriousness is wrong. Try again. Use the power of elimination. Put the word into a sentence and use it. Which one? Hateful, scornful. Look down on other people. Good job.
Affable, friendly, and easy to talk to.
Wow, friendly and easy to talk
to. Acute, keen, severe.
Keen and severe. Sharp.
Amiable.
Amiable,
friendly in disposition.
Loud and clear. Friendly in disposition. What disposition mean?
Like their
character. Yeah. Personal character. Friendly in personal character. Good job.
Contempt, intense dislike.
The intense dislike, correct.
Assiduous, industrious work, hard work.
Correct. So you got 90%, you need to get 95, and you need to motivate. I'm going to send this one to you, and you need to motivate your little sister, no, your sister, your not little sister, your sister to do exactly the same thing. And let's just play some game. What's wrong with that? Okay, let's compete. Let's compete. You and me, we compete. Okay, you just say one. Everybody read one who believe that a formal government is unnecessary. Let's see who is faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick,
2.
loud and clear.
Anarchist.
Correct. You are right. Go. Lasting a short time.
S 2.
Number 2. Wonderful.
Uh,
Which one looks charming?
Number 2.
Win some. Yeah, win some. You win some people to admire you.
Banal. Number 2.
Wonderful. Wow. So you work with me for several years and we are shooting for PSAT, almost full score. Yielding to the opinion of another. Deferential.
Wait, differential.
Keep on going. Read it. To focus one's attention on something. Focus.
Rivet. Number 2.
Cool. To characterize or mark ungraceful. Which one looks ungraceful? Which one looks very bad? See, only this one. Destroy other people's good name. Make sense?
Yeah.
To treat others as socially or intellectually inferior.
Devolve.
Devolve is wrong.
Condescend.
Condescend. Talking down to people. Do I condescend to my students, Andy?
Maybe.
Okay, at least you say the truth. I rarely condescend to my students except when my students don't pay attention. But you do pay attention. But not all the time. You 90% you take notes, pay attention. But how about the other 10% when you don't pay attention? I can do condescending, to mock. Go.
Deride.
Which one? Deride.
4.
You are better. I almost made mistake. Go. Stop up. Cut off the flow. This is so hard. It's hard.
Occlude. Yeah.
Okay, now read it.
Occlude to stop off caught the flow.
Yeah, 3 more. If you get 3 more right, we do classical literature. Go.
A superfluous. Number 2.
1. 2 more.
Assiduous.
Assiduous, correct. 1 more correct. We don't torture you anymore.
Sure. Divert.
Do you mean the first one?
Yes.
You are correct. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. That means you actually paid attention. Always do this SAT. You get 90%, and this one 85%. Okay, so you have the link and you keep on doing. And we are going to study this wonderful guy called Ezra Pound. Ezra Pound. He's my favorite poet. He's a poet and he respects China. He respects Chinese civilization. And you should do that too. Make sense? And Confucius art. So we study this one together with my wonderful students. Now you read who is Ezra Pound. This guy looks very weird, but look, his eyes are very sharp. He's a smart dude. Okay, go ahead, read loud and clear. Go.
Ezra Weston Lewis Pound was an American poet and critic,
Loud and clear.
a major figure in the early modernist poetry movement.
How he become a modernist poet? He partially inspired by China and Chinese civilization, but of course his root is a Greek, right? American philosopher, but he's inspired by the Greek, classical Greek literature, European literature, but also Chinese poetry, modernist poem, and collaborator with the fascist Italy, whatever this one. We don't talk about the politics. His most famous book are cantos, very expensive to buy. Keep on going. His contribution to the poetry began in the early 20th century. Go.
Pound's contribution to poetry began in the early 20th century with his role in developing Imagism, a movement stressing precision and economy of language. Working in London as foreign editor of several American literary magazines, he helped to discover and shape the work of contemporaries such as H.D. Robert.
Pay attention, pay attention. So, this very famous modernist American poet, they don't teach her in school anymore. Definitely you need to know Robert Frost. Robert Frost. His poetry, he's the number 3 best poet in the American poet. To my ranking, number 1 is a Pound. Number 2, T.S. Eliot. Make sense?
Yes.
Number 2. Number 3, Robert Frost. But all number 2, number 3, and a lot of people benefit from the guidance of Ezra Pound. Without Ezra Pound, there is no American 20th century literature. The American 20th literature will go down the hill, will become nothing. So this whole nation own him. Money. Make sense? They put this genius guy in jail. Shame on them. Shame on the authority who put him in jail. So these are wonderful people all try to save him, save him from jail and put him into insane asylum. He's the smartest people. They call him crazy. Make sense? Because the world is crazy. Okay, for example, James Joyce, the great novelist, also benefit from him. Okay, go.
Such as H.R. Robert Frost, T.S. Eliot, Ernest Hemingway, and James Joyce. It was responsible for a 1914 serialization of Joyce's a portrait of the artist as a young man.
This one is a must-read book for your SAT full score. It's recommended by the college board. Makes sense? Whenever you have time, read these wonderful books. Okay. A portrait of the artist as a young man. You can find the audiobook, free audiobook online. Keep on going.
1915 publication of Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock.
See, the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock have nothing to do with love. Zero love whatsoever. If there's a love song, there's a self-love in this poetry. Make sense? This is the AP level, the hardest AP 21 poetry you need to understand before you graduate from high school. Make sense? The serialized Joyce, Ulysses, these are wonderful poetry. I studied them all. Ernest Hemingway, go.
With that 1932 that for poets born in the late 19th or early 20th century not to be influenced by Pound would be like passing through a great blizzard and not feeling its cold. Anchored by a carnage of World War II, Pound blamed the war on finance capitalism, which he called
So
usury.
Pound studied the economic system of the world, especially the United States. He blamed the war, World War I, on the financial capitalism. That is totally true. He speak the truth. Because he speak the truth, he got punished. Anybody who speak the truth have to pay the price. And this wonderful guy, he paid the price for the whole humanity. Make sense? For the whole humanity. And he's so smart. He's so sensitive. He loves human civilization. Therefore, he hates usury. And what is a usury? You need to understand, not read it. I'm going to show you his wonderful poetry and powerful poetry in the English language called usura. Usura. Now read the definition. This one is economic theory. Andy, go ahead. Usury is the practice. Go.
It's the practice of making loans that are seen as unfairly enriching the lender. The term may be used in a moral sense, condemning taking advantage of others' misfortunes, or in a legal sense, where an interest rate is charged in excess of the.
That's a law, and the morality are law. In all the great civilization, Andy, listen carefully. In all the great civilization, the holy book warn people about usury. Any civilization built upon usury will like a giant with a gold head, a bronze body, but a clay feet. The giant will eventually collapse because of the evilness. Even though the empire would be strong and powerful, because they built upon usury, they will collapse in the dustbin of history. For several thousand years, usury has always been practiced. They used usury to build empire, to finance warfare. They always collapse because there is something called justice. Even though it may be divine justice or poetic justice. Make sense? So all these people who put Ezra Pound in jail, they will be forever burned in hell. But Ezra Pound's great image will live on. Okay, give inspiration to wonderful people like you. Keep on going. Anyway. So these are wonderful people. These wonderful people will be punished by these evil people. Okay, so he was from UPenn. I got two of my students into University of Pennsylvania. You should shoot for UPenn too, Andy. Especially business school. Okay, so they graduate some of the smartest people. He got UPenn when he was 15. Think about it. Majority of the people will be so lucky to get into UPenn when they are 20. He was 15. Make sense? Okay, and he helped these genius who are being abandoned by society. And he was a teacher. He teach. I'm homesick after my own kind. Oh, I know that there are folks about me, friendly faces, but I am homesick after my own kind. He's lonely. He cannot find his own kind. Okay, he trying to using literature, and he stayed in London, and eventually he wrote his Canto Peace and Canto in Jail. He wrote a lot of his wonderful poetry when he was in jail. There's no shame on him. There's a shame on the people who put him in jail. Okay, so this guy is a wonderful, and he brings civilization. Make sense? In a station of the metro. This poetry is so short. It's almost like definitely influenced by the Oriental culture. Now read it. Metro is what? In New York. Go ahead. Read it.
Sample of Images Poetry is Pounds and the Station of the Metro published in Poetry in April 1913, inspired by an experience of Paris Metro. I got out of a train at, I think, Le Concorde. He
Oh,
wrote
read. Did you read the poetry?
the apparition
Apparition is the ghost.
these
The
faces,
ghost of these faces in the crowd.
petals on a wet black bow.
Okay, so he influenced so many wonderful people, and he influenced Picasso, I think. Okay, T.S. Eliot, he helped T.S. Eliot find his, yeah, okay. The River Merchant's Wife, a letter, Li Bo. This is the wonderful poetry, and this poetry would be The River Merchant's Wife, a letter by Li Bai, translated in Cathy. And I'm going to send this whole thing to you, and you will be so enlightened. Li Bai is the Tang Dynasty, the best, one of the two best poet, Li Bai Du Fu. Make sense? And definitely today I'm going to teach you a river merchant's wife, a letter. Li Bai's wonderful poetry. There's no Chinese version, shame on them. And now you read for me and you research this wonderful poetry and write them down. Go ahead, read for me and ask me any question. Go.
The River Merchant's Wife, a letter, is a four-stanza poem written in free verse and loosely translated by Ezra Pound from a poem by Chinese poet Li Bai.
Li Bai, and you need to research Li Bai, Li Taibai, Tang Dynasty. Okay, go.
Called
长干行 哦，长干丧，长干行，长干行。Keep on going.
It's first appeared in Pound's 1915 collection Cafe. It is the most widely anthologized poem of the collection. In addition to the jewel stairs, grievance and the exile's letter, also included in the collection, Zhao Mingchen has referred to the river merchant's wife as an images and vortices.
Okay, so here is a summarization and the poetry foundation. I'm going to read the poetry for you. And from the poetry foundation, A River Merchant's Wife, a letter by Ezra Pound. Your homework is to research Ezra Pound and give me a report. After Li Bo, well, my hair was still cut straight across my forehead. This is the narration in the name of the girl's narration. Okay. I played about the front gate, pulling flowers. You, the boy, came by on bamboo sticks, playing horse. You walked about my seat, playing with the blue plum. And we went on living in the village of Changgan. 哇，妾发初覆额，折花门前戏。郎骑竹马来，绕床弄青梅。同居长干里，两小无嫌猜。Okay. See, I can still memorize the Chinese poetry. Now, you read the second paragraph. At 14, go.
At 14, I married my lord you. I never laughed, being bashful. Lowering my head, I looked at the wall. Called to 1,000 times, I never looked back. At 15, I stopped scowling. I desired my dust to be mingled with yours forever and forever and forever. Why should I climb the lookout? At
喜
16,
上望夫台 16军远行，瞿塘怨欲堆。Keep on going.
You have been gone 5 months. The monkeys made sorrowful noise overhead. You dragged your feet when you went out by the gate now. The moss has grown, the different mosses, too deep to clear them away. The leaves fall early this autumn and wind. The paired butterflies are already yellow with August. Over the grass in the west garden, they hurt me. I grow older. If you're coming down through the narrows of the river Kiang, please let me know beforehand, and I will come out to meet you as far as Chou Fu Sa.
长风沙，直至长风沙，相迎不道远，直至长风沙。Okay, I read this poetry when I was in middle school. I think my old mind I can still memorizing at least 50% of the whole poetry. 长干行 Okay, very, very beautiful poetry. And I'm going to send the whole lesson plan to you. Okay, I'm going to send the whole lesson plan to you. And I hope you will get what? World history. Eventually, you will get AP world history. And my students, when they study world history, they have to study, Chinese philosophy and Confucius, Confucius philosophy, and who is the best translator to the philosophy? And
Uh,
let me send it to you. Either Pong. Make sense? So I'm sending the best stuff to you. And these are two of my sons. So they need to get educated, even though they're already college graduates. Okay, they already graduate. And of course, you need to do this and you need to do the SAT in order to get a higher score. But study other point make you civilized. It have a very powerful civilizing effort. Okay, the Confucius Ode by Ezra Pound. The Confucius Ode, classical poetry. Make sense? So these are the things we study and key poetry collection as a point. Kathy. Lament of the Frontier Guard is very powerful, powerful poetry. Okay. A river merchant's wife, a letter. See, these guys have no Chinese heritage, but they study this one very well. Okay, now you read as a point. Go.
Japan wrote many poems in significant collections of translations of Chinese poetry called Cathay, which includes famous poems like The River Merchant's Wife, A Letter, Lament of the Frontier Guard, and The Jewel Stairs Grievance. These works, inspired by figures like the Tang Dynasty poet Li Bo, known as Rahaku in Japanese, explore themes of separation, loneliness, and exile. Through the translation are notable for being based on glosses rather than directly from original Chinese, as Pound did not speak the language.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. So this guy really respect Chinese civilization, and I think either Pound respect any Chinese civilization. And definitely, I already told my students about you need to listen to the audiobook. This audiobook. After this one, we are going to watch what? Ezra Pound's use. Now listen carefully.
Song of the Bowman of Shu from Cathay by Ezra Pound.
Listen
Read for
carefully.
LibriVox.org by Alan Drake. Here we are, picking the first fern shoots and saying, When shall we get back to our country?
So this one is your homework. Okay, so his cantos are the best. His cantos are the best. And his cantos, hopefully I have more time with you. Okay, let me teach you this wonderful poetry. See, in Yale University, they teach a 2 1-hour class on Ezra Pound. Whether you love him or hate him, he's a giant. Nobody can ignore. Make sense? Ezra Pound, so many people. And this one, he write about Confucius, Chinese philosopher and the most famous educator. Canto 13 by Ezra Pound.其先觉先知为万事表，至诚至圣。So this is Confucius. If you didn't learn anything else, I hope you write down this poetry. And this one is basically a loose translation of a Confucius 论语, which is Confucius students' class notes. His students' class notes.
Canto 13 by Ezra Pound.
Now let's read them together. And when you read them, we read them, I'm going to explain to you.
Kung walked by the dynastic temple and into the
Confucius, 孔子, Confucius, the teacher. He worked in the dynastic garden. Is almost think of a university, the national elite university. He's teaching these students in their 20s, 30s. His oldest students probably in their 40s. They walk around in the dynastic temple, I think in Luguo.
the cedar grove,
Let's read them together.
and then out by the
And
lower
then
river,
out by the lower
and
river.
with him Q-Chi,
QT is his students. All these are his students are talking. So he's almost like academy in Plato, the Greek tradition. They are not sitting in the classroom like idiots. No, show your face, Andy. So they walk around in the garden and their brain is firing. And they have these wonderful discussion. That is a real education. Make sense? Now, how Confucius having a symposium, a dialogue with his students, okay?
and Tian the low speaking, and we are unknown, said
Confucius said, nobody knows us, okay? We are not famous, okay? Some other people, some other teachers have tens of thousands students, they getting so famous, not us. Okay, he's a modest, of course he's a modest, but we are unknown.
Kung.
We are not famous.
You will take up charioteering, then perhaps you will become known.
Because Confucius teach everything, 六艺. 六艺. Writing, mathematics, music, government, archery, charioteering, 驾战车. Make sense? How to control the racing chariots.
Or perhaps I should take up charioteering or archery, or the practice of
Archery, shooting an arrow, and Confucius are very good at it. His dad is a warrior and he can be a warrior too.
public speaking. And Sulu said, I would put the defenses in order.
What that mean? His student said, okay, these guys are not protecting my country well. Let me retire from being your students and go and set up a national defense. I can do a better job. I think this Zilu, he's the most powerful students in terms of physical power. Make sense? Before he made Confucius, he was a kind of a bandit. Okay. Or warrior, wandering around looking for fight with people. And now he's a Confucius student for several years, and he can set up a national defense.
And Q said, if I were lord of a province, I would put it
He wants to be a governor. Another students of him want to be a governor and set up straight how to rule a province.
in better order than this is. And Chi said, I would prefer a small mountain temple.
What is small mountain temple? In a small mountain temple, they perform ritual. It's a kind of education too. And the ritual, observing the ritual is one of the important function of any country, even right now.
With order in the observances, with a suitable performance of the ritual.
Like military match, okay? Something like that, okay? Or a temple, a church.
And Qian said,
So he is one of his students want to go get into education, ritualistic performance.
with his hand on the strings of his
But Tian is his best students. One of that, I think he's Confucius' favorite.
lute,
Play music.
the low sounds continuing after his hand left the strings, and the sound went up like smoke under the leaves. And he looked after the sound, the old swimming hole, and the boys flopping off the planks or sitting in the underbrush playing mandolins. And Kung smiled upon all of them equally. And Zheng Si desired
So his last students play music. His ambition is to play music and washing themselves, swimming and relax and be himself at peace with the world. That's what Confucius wants, okay?
to know which had answered correctly.
So his other students said, hey, we all talk about our life, right? Our ambition, our planning for our world. Which one is better, my teacher, my wonderful teacher? Which one is better? What Confucius said, you're all the best because you plan according to your nature
And Kung said,
and you were all honest to yourself.
they have all answered correctly, that is to say, each in his nature.
Listen carefully, that's a philosophy, Andy. What is a philosophy? Each in his nature. And Confucius allow his students to be themselves. So the students trust him, so they show their self to him. So the trust between the teacher and the student. Make sense? It's not a teacher and students, it's a master and disciples.
And Kung raised his cane against Huan Jiang being his elder, for Huan Jiang sat by the roadside pretending.
老而不死谓之贼. He's very harsh on his own generation. Make sense? He's very harsh on his own generation. You have the talent. You waste your talent. Shame on you.
To be receiving wisdom. And Kung said, you old
You
fool.
old fool, come out of it.
Fool,
So Confucius can be angry, can be very harsh.
come out of it. Get up and do something useful. And Kung said, respect a
Now read together, Andy.
child's faculties from the moment it inhales the
moment
clear
it's
air.
able to clear air,
But a man of 50 who knows nothing,
But a man of 50 who knows nothing. Is Confucius talking about me? Probably. Probably he's talking about me. I should be very careful. But a man of 50 who knows nothing is worthy of no respect. So he doesn't deserve respect. Confucius gave him no respect. Even though Confucius respects each and every of his students, allow his students to be themselves. But he gave no room for this old fool. But this old fool may be his old friend. Make sense? He have high expectation on him. Now he didn't do anything. He didn't use his talent, waste his time, become other people's burden.
Is worthy of no respect. And when the prince has gathered about him all the savants and artists, his riches will be fully employed. And Kung said, and wrote on the bow leaves, if a man have not order within him, he can't spread order about him.
Now, Andy, I want you to read it. That is the truth. If a man have not order within him, he cannot spread order about him. And if a man have not order within him, his family will not act with due order. And if the prince have not order within him, he cannot put order in his dominion, his country. Make sense? If you cannot rule yourself, you cannot make peace in your family, then you cannot make peace in your country. And everybody will suffer because you don't have inner order and inner peace. So a person's number one job is find the inner order and the inner peace.
And if a man have not order within him, his family will not act with due order. And if the prince have not order within him, he cannot put order in his dominions. And Kung gave the words order and brotherly deference, and said nothing of the life after death. And he said, anyone can run to excesses. It is easy to shoot past the mark. It is hard to stand firm in the middle.
过犹不及，中庸之道。The golden mean, the golden mean. So your homework, write it down. Andy, study Canto 13 by Ezra Pound. Okay, and one more. He's a powerful poetry, Uzera. I hope you understand it's also a canto. And it's a powerful, wonderful poetry. It will take you many, many years to understand it.
And so that you don't...
This is his own wonderful voice. His all-powerful, wonderful way. Therefore, he's so powerful. Therefore, even these Yale University, they study him. I don't think these people understand him well. Make sense? I spent so many years trying to study this wonderful guy. If it deserves my time, it probably deserves some of your time too.
Continually misunderstand. Usury and interest are not the
Usury and interest are not the same thing.
same
Listen carefully. 高利贷什么样的定义？
thing. Usury is a charge
Usury is a charge made for the use of money,
made for the use of money, regardless
of the production. Money generate money have nothing to do with generate production. What is the ultimate? Usury right now, Bitcoins.
production, and often regardless even of the possibilities of production.
They don't even have any relationship with production. They make money out of money. They make money out of thin air. They destroy production. This is almost 100 years ago, right now in the age of Bitcoins. Andy?
Yeah.
Ezra Pound, he's prophetic. He see the world, his time, and his word, see the world 100 years, 200 years, 500 years from now, from his time. Okay, and right now, his poetry are far more powerful than almost 100 years ago he wrote it, in the age of Bitcoins, in the age of AI.
Usura canto. With Usura.
Now read together, and you need to research this poetry and write them down. Okay, with Usura.
With Usura hath no
Usura.
man a house of good stone, each block cut smooth and well-fitting, that design might cover their face. With Usura
Usura.
hath no man
And
painted
no man
paradise
painted
on
paradise
his
on his
walls,
church.
our
Oh.
For where virgin receiveth message, and halo projects from incision, with Usura seeth no man Gonzaga his heirs and his concubines. No pic.
What the usury will destroy the old great art piece of the Western civilization. Make sense? The downfall of Western civilization started from what? Usury. It's like a contagious, deadly, fatal diseases spreading everywhere. And right now, bring the uglification of the world. Uglification of the world. The modern art.
Nature is made to endure, not to live with.
And these masterpieces disappear from human civilization.
But it is made to sell and sell quickly.
See, look at this modern art was made to sell and sell quickly and very expensively. Horrendously expensively, this modern art, disgusting stuff.
With Usura, sin against
Sin against nature. Nature is beautiful. Nature was made by God, all by nature. It's involved. They are beautiful. Look at this uglification of the world. And these people become a diseases.
nature. Is thy bread ever?
These are the pride of human civilization when everything around here in this picture is wholesome, healthy. Wholesome means conducive to human health and the health of human civilization. Unfortunately, the 1 hour passed very, very fast. Okay, Usura Canto. And I need to send this Usura Canto to you and to this group. And you, I give you 5 minutes, you read 5 minutes, and then class can be over. And anything you don't understand, you ask me. Okay, with Usura, go.
What do Sora?
With Usura is a canto by a wonderful Ezra Pound. Go ahead. With Usura, go.
What do Sora? What do Sora hath no man a house of good stone, each block cut smooth and well fitting, that design might cover their face with Usura. Hath no man a painted paradise on his church walls, harpist at lowest, or where virgin receives no message and halo projects from incision with Usura. Seeth no man Gonzaga, his heirs and concubines, no pictures made to endure nor to live with.
Loud and clear. Go.
To sell and sell quickly. What do Sora sin against nature? Is thy bread even more of stale rags? Is thy bread dry as paper? No mountain wheat, no sunflower. With Usura, the lion grows sick. With Usura, is no clear.
No clear demarcation. Keep on going.
And no man can find site for his dwelling. Stone cutters cut and kept from his stone. Weavers kept from his loom. With Usura, wool comes not to market. Sheep brings no gain of Usura. Usura is a murrain. Usura blunteth the needle in its maid's hand, and stoppeth the spinner's cunning. Pietro Lombardo came not by Usura. Decio came not by Usura, nor Pier della Francesa. Zoan and Belling not by Usura, nor was La Colonia painted. Came not by Usura Angelico, came not Ambrogio Pradas, came
All these are masterpieces of the great masterpiece from the Western civilization. They are all gone. Okay, keep on going.
In no church of cut stone side, Adamo me visit, not by Usora saying Trumpman, not by Usora saying Hilaire. Usora rusted the chisel, and rust stone, crafting the craftsman, and not the thread of the loom, nor learned to weave gold in her pattern. Azure hath the king.
Why is that? Because the master who used the most expensive materials into their masterpieces. Make sense? Because the artists, the workers take pride in their work. They are not just making something, fooling themselves and fooling everybody else, just make quick money. They make trash. Okay, they are not making something to last, to give beauty to people. Therefore, they put cheap stuff rather than gold in her pattern. Make sense? Go.
Azure hath a canker by Usora. Cramo see is embroidered emerald findeth no memoling. Usora slayeth the child in the womb, and stayeth the young man's quarter.
What that means, abortion. We're talking about because of people under the pressure of usury, people keep their children in the womb because they don't think they have the money to give their children a good life. Make sense?
Yeah.
That is evil. What this word means, it stays the young man's courting. What is courting? They're trying to get a girlfriend. Yes or no, Andy?
No.
Listen, Andy, you should do that. If all the young men don't, get the girls' attention, the world civilization will what? Will be destroyed. Do you want to destroy humanity?
Yeah.
You want to destroy human? You're anti-human? You see, a young man supposed to chasing girls and form a family. If they don't do that, it has brought diseases to the bed. Make sense? So, because a marriage become when marriage become a business, the world civilization, see, right now, so many country young men are not getting married. Make sense? Because of the financial pressure. Make sense? Andy?
Yeah.
You don't, fell under the bad cultural influence. The bad cultural influence will stop the young man on chasing after girls and find the good one and marry them. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
That is our destiny. Okay. Whether you find a good one or bad one, that's your luck. Okay. Makes sense? But you have to take the risk. If nobody takes the risk, you are destroying the human civilization. And whose fault is that? It's not you guys' fault. It's usury. Credit card debt. It's bitcoins. Now, finish it and you will have a wonderful evening. Go ahead, finish it. Go.
Wrath and palsy the bed lieth between the young bride and her bridegroom, contra naturam. They have brought wars for Eleusis, and corpses are set to banquets at behest of Usura.
Listen, corpses are set to banquet in the Paris Olympic. Paris Olympic. This is a wonderful, listen, this is a wonderful poetry 100 years ago. Already show you how evil this world have been. Look at this disgusting thing. They bring the dead people, the corpse, into the banquet. The prophecy come true. These are disgusting cultural scenes are already destroying the Western civilization. Corpses are set to banquet exactly in Paris Olympics. you need to know that. Okay, you need to know what's going on. Make sense? They actually did that. And sorry, I spent more of your time. Now, read this first paragraph. Go. The open ceremony banquet controversy. Go ahead.
The claim that corpses are set to banquet Paris Olympics is false and appears to be a distorted reference of two separate controversial events related to the 2024 Games. Discovery of bodies in the river Seine and the pagan banquet.
These are a pagan feast, and they are making fun of the Last Supper. Make sense? They are making fun of the Last Supper. They are making a pagan feast. They did that. Okay, even though the AI owned by the people who own the usury said, oh, it's a conspiracy theory, corpses are not set to banquets. These are poetry. It's a poetic knife to point out their lies. Make sense? It's not exactly they bring the human dead body to the banquet. No, they bring the disgusting culture into the banquets and the celebration. These fat people. Make sense?
Yes.
And they take away the beauty and bring these fat people, these naked people. It's a pagan ceremony. And think about how much bad influence to the young people like you. Make sense? But you won't be polluted because you already have in touch with this wonderful book. Show me the book. Right? These are the best of Western civilization, East and Western civilization. Keep on reading this wonderful book. You're a wonderful guy. So keep on reading and give me a hard time, ask me a question. Bye-bye. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.